Hello, YA5A. I hope everybody had a wonderful Tet holiday, but now it's back to English class, okay? So we are going to start in your books on page 45 under the listening and speaking section. How does language affect who we are? Okay, I'll write down the pages on the board, but you already know I do listening and speaking, but this is page 45, okay? Page 45. So we are going to do pronunciation, emphatic word stress today, okay? So it sounds like it's complicated, but it's really not. Basically, all it is the stress, placing emphasis on a particular word or phrase in a sentence. I'm sure all of my students know I do this all the time. I just did it right there. All the time. That's an example. Very easy. So when you do this, you are you're just bringing a new dynamic to the conversation, and you are expressing emotions and feelings with your language. English speakers do it all the time. It completely changes the way somebody is expressing themselves. You can read it, but you're not hearing them say it. So it's completely different than reading "I love you" or "I love you." So let's do a few examples, okay? So with emphatic word stress, saying keywords more loudly, okay? Here's an example. I hate this weather. I hate it. That's an example. It's raining, it's cold. I hate this weather, okay? Vowels in key syllables longer. I love going to the movies. I know, it's a bit silly, but I love the movies. I love going to the movies. I'm really stretching out the O, right? I'm really emphasizing love. Okay, and another example, higher tone. I do this all the time. I eat buncha every day. That's not true, but I'm giving you an example. I'm really passionate about buncha, but yeah, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so we also emphasize words that provide new information or corrected old information, right? She's not a doctor, she's a dentist. There you go. Or some new information. He was responsible for this crime. Okay? So if we can, I'm going to say these examples for you, and I think you'll see what I mean on page 45. She's a scientist. She was completely conscious. He was responsible. She isolated herself. Okay? Any words, auxiliaries, prepositions, and pronouns can be stressed. However, when the speaker wants to emphasize a particular point, you will use this emphatic word stress. Okay? So let's listen and let's practice the examples. She's a scientist? No, she's a dentist. There you go. Are you afraid of oral reports? Yes, I never take speaking classes. Can Gary speak Mandarin? He can't, but Lisa can. Okay. So I am going to do, so exercise A is a listening exercise. So if you could please do that at home, that would be wonderful. But if we can do B, together, I will give you my examples, and I'm going to give expressive detail in these sentences and stressing key words so you can hear me, okay? So B on page 46, okay? Number 1, I'm gonna give you my examples. We use our right brains to engage creativity, and the left side of our brains for logic and reasoning. Did you see how I emphasized creativity and logic and reasoning? Okay, let's do number 2. Many ESL learners have difficulty with pronunciation, but I try to stay positive and encouraging. Okay? Did you see how I emphasized pronunciation? Saying key words more loudly. Okay. Number 3. When I had to stand up and give a speech in front of the class, I suddenly had a rush of adrenaline. I suddenly is emphasized. Number 4, I'll never forget the day when my mother asked me to move out. So I emphasize mother and moved out. Okay? I'm going to give you two more examples, and then we're going to move on. Okay? So, number 5 on page 47. Okay, we're on page 47 now. When I went to visit my relatives in Connecticut, I couldn't believe the size of their new house. Believe, right? One more, number 6. Taylor's experience made me think about the time I fell off my motorbike. It was not a good experience. Okay, so I think everybody understands the emphatic pronunciation. So we're going to move on to speaking skills using figurative language. Now we are on page 47. Okay? So in the English language, people tend to use similes and metaphors to make their conversations more interesting. This demonstrates and illustrates a visualization in the person that you're speaking to's head. It just makes the conversation more interesting, okay? And it heightens the intensity of the conversation. For example, it was raining cats and dogs. I couldn't see a thing. It was so foggy and cloudy and rainy. It was raining cats and dogs. That's the example. Okay, so a simile is a way of describing something by comparing it to another thing. For example, brave as a lion. She was as brave as a lion for going to Cambodia all by herself. So that's a simile. A metaphor describes something as if it were something else. For example, you are my sunshine. Or his words cut through the silence. Okay? So I'm going to give you a few examples. So I'm going to do A with you. Okay? So we're going to match the phrases 1 through 8 with A through H. Okay? So let's see if we can do this. So these are examples of similes. Number 1, you are as light as C, a feather. Number 2, that horse can run like can run like the wind. H. Number 3. When I lost my diamond ring, I cried like a letter A, baby. Number 4. You are as busy as a B, A-B. Number 5. His words cut me like a, what do you think? Knife. Very good. Please be as quiet as a mouse. F. Okay. Number 7. The children were as good as gold. And last one. My sister can swim like a fish. D. Okay guys, I hope this information was useful. So if you guys can please work on page 48 for homework and try to listen to track 17 from page 46. I'll just write it down on the board here for you. And if you guys could work on that at home, that would be